Hi everyone, today we'll be talking about the main topic that is pleadings under Code of Civil Procedure. So in the next this one, I'll be talking about objectives of pleadings, which means the main objectives of pleadings are to give information to both the sides as a case. So both the parties will be entitled to know the case against them, which is filed in the court. So, and to bring the parties to a definite issue and to avoid the unnecessary pleadings, and which helps to reduce the time of litigation and expenses also. So, there are rules under pleadings which are important to be noted. So, the first rule is that pleadings to state a material facts are not evidence. Every pleading shall contain only a statement in a concise form of the material on which the party pleading relies for its claim or a defense as the case may be, but not the evidence by which they are not to be proved. Which this means that the party who files the case in the court or something, it should concise the statement, but you should not give any evidence as such when pleadings are done. Next one is that every pleading shall, when necessary, be divided into. This is a main, and it is very compulsory that the paragraph there should be paragraphs in pleadings. Number should be consecutively, and each allegation be so far as be convenient and contained in a separate paragraph. This is a main rule which will be helpful for you to remember, and this is under order 6 under rule 1, rule 2, sorry. And pleadings must contain dates, sums, numbers, which shall be expressed in the form of figures as well as in the words. Next slide, I'll be talking that the rule 4, in all the cases in which a party pre-realizes on any misrepresentation, fraud, breach of trust, willful delight, or undue influence, and in all other cases in which a particularly may be necessary behind such are be explained in the form of aforesaid particles, so shall be stated in pleading. So this all should contain in the pleadings. Whatever it is, the party should mention in the pleadings. Like in say, if there is any misrepresentation happened between the parties, or the when the case is happening, there is a right to the parties to mention that in the pleadings. This is under order 6 rule 4. Next rule is that if there is any condition present which a plaintiff or a defendant wants to consent, must be uh, distinctly specified in the pleadings. So this rule which says that if there is any condition by plaintiff side or the defendant side, it should be noted or mentioned in the pleadings under order 6 rule 6. Next rule is that where the contract is alleged in any pleading or bare denial of the same by the opposite party shall considered only as a denial in fact of the contract, and not denial of legality or a sufficiency in a law of such contract, which means that the party has only have a right to denial the fact, but not the denial of a legality which is filed by the plaintiff. In next videos I'll be talking about written statements, right? So I then you will come to know that what is denial and the facts. Next rule is that whenever the contents of any documents are material, it shall be sufficient in any pleadings to state that effect thereof as briefly as possible without setting out the whole or any part thereof. Next rule is that rule is stated in order 6 rule 9. Next rule is that whenever it is a material to allege malice, fraudulent intention, knowledge, or other condition of a mind of any person. It shall be sufficient to allege the same as a fact without setting out the circumstance from which a same to be inferred in the pleadings. This is under Order 6, Rule 10. So whenever there is a malice, fraudulent intention, knowledge, or any other condition by the person which is filed, it should be alleged as a fact without any circumstances, and it should be noted in pleadings, and it should be mentioned in pleadings under Rule 10, Order 6. So next rule is that whenever any contract or any relationship between any person to be implied from a series of letter or conversation or otherwise from the number of circumstances, it shall be sufficient to allege such a contract or a relation as a fact, and to refer generally to such letter, conversation or circumstance, there need not of state detailing. So, like say if there is any like conversation or a relationship between the parties when a contract is happened, so there are certain series of letters which will be uh, done by the parties or between the people. So if that letters is mentioned, that is more than enough. There is no need of mentioning detailly about the letters or explanation in the pleadings. So this is given under Order 6, Rule 12. Next rule is that neither a party need in any pleadings allege any matter of fact which the law presumes in his favor as to which the burden of proof lies upon the other side unless the same has first been specifically denied. Until so as we know that there is an plaintiff and defendant. So after a plaintiff is plaint is filed by the plaintiff, there will be a written statement filed by the defendant. So until the defendant specifically deny or go through the pleadings, there is no such intention that the case has been in the favor of the party who has filed, that is plaintiff. So this is what it is given under Order 6, Rule 13. So next rule is that every pleading shall be signed by the parties, and this is most important that to be noted under pleadings, that is every pleading shall be signed by the parties, and the pleading may be signed by a person duly authorized by a party by the suit. So this is given under Order 6, Rule 14. Next rule is that every pleading shall be verified by the party. It shall state the date on which and the place at which it is signed. This is given under Order 6, Rule 15. So in which it says that the documents which is before filing or before pleading, it should be verified by the party, and the party should sign that document or the plaint, and the place and date should be mentioned in that pleading. So next one and the last topic under pleadings is that amendment of pleadings. The court at any stage allows either party to alter or amend its pleadings in such a manner and on such terms as may be given. That is, the court may allow the amendment in pleadings when it is necessary for a determination or a real question in controversy between the parties, and when there is a just or a proper means of mm, pleadings should be given. And last one is, it is necessary to, in the interest of the in the interest of justice to the parties, that is when the parties will be given a chance to alter or amend his pleadings as he likes. And this is what the pleadings are, and I hope this video is helpful for you. And in the next coming up videos, I'll be making more videos. And if you like this video, please like, share and comment if you find like any improvements to be made. And I hope this video is helpful, and I'll be talking about plain and written statement in the next video. And thank you. Thank you.